morning, good evening. Welcome to this week's live chat. I wanted to have a bit of a talk about creating content with confidence. And it's kind of funny that coming from me, but I probably am the least confident person out there on YouTube. Maybe not the least, but I'm in the least realm more than the most confident. But what I can share with you is the things that I have done over the years to help make it so I can sit in this chair, hit go live. So first thing I want to do is say a good morning to everybody in the chat. It's so good to see you all in here. I just have been sharing out on all the socials. So if you have any people in your socials that might be interested in a live stream like this, please share it as well. That would be great. Just getting comfy in my chair. Now for hydration today, I realized I actually don't have any water, but I do have coffee and I do have a big old mug of tea. Probably could have used some water, I'll be honest. Let's be truthful about that. So let me just jump in here and say good morning. Now something I have added into the chat commands is so you can get a list of the chat commands for yourself. Just use the chat exclamation list and the link will appear and you get to see what we currently have available in our chat commands, so you get to have a play in there. Live stream consultants, hello, it's great to see you in here. SMA Sky, John Lacey, Doug Hewson has made it. Yeah, I am the princess. It's great to see you all in here. John says, I love the music dance party. Absolutely. All the music that I use here on this channel is creator mix music because it's free for creators and it's always going to be free for creators. It's something that was built by Dee Niman and Nick Niman, and they know that creators struggle to find music properly that makes it so that they can not get, dinged by copyright claims all the time, and because it's frustrating, especially for live streamers, because our list of music is even lower than those who are uploading. There are some music places that don't allow live broadcasting, which is what live streaming is. So if you use it during a live stream, then you could get hit for it just because you used it in a live stream. But if you had have used it in a pre-record, you would have been fine. It's very weird. Yeah, lots of different rules and licenses and things all come into play. Did I move the camera? Yeah, I've moved heaps of stuff. What is it? Is it too? It's too high, isn't it? Hang on a second. There we go. Is that better? I did. I moved everything because I've got a new piece of kit on my desk, which is the Elgato prompter. I had to just reshuffle everything, including that's not on. What do you call that? Do not disturb. It is now, including actually the position of my desk is also moved. So I have the prompter set up. I'm still adjusting to it. I love it. I think it's probably, how do I put this without sounding ridiculous? I'm just going to sound ridiculous. It's fine. I think it was a better investment than my Rodecaster. Like, don't get me wrong. Absolutely love my Rodecaster. Don't regret it. But I think that it has made a huge, huge difference in lots of things. So it is definitely, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm all raspy this morning already. You were just, okay, yeah, maybe I have I... Let me just see. No, you can't have any more of that. So, yeah, I think I gave myself some extra headroom is basically what it boiled down to. So, yeah, there's lots of changes. I'm readjusting to everything as well. So, yeah, Leanne says we can see a wider view, more of the green wall. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, I mean, I could probably change it. If we don't like the green wall, I could probably change it. But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's just say that. Let us see. The prompt. John says the prompter is game changer, isn't it though? And it's so weird to say that something like that is a game changer, right? Because it's just a piece of kit. But sometimes, and we're going to bring it right back to this confidence thing. sometimes having the piece of kit that helps you can raise your confidence a little bit, can make you feel more professional, can make you feel like you're a bit more on the ball. It's not to say it will work, because you can have all of the equipment in the world and have zero confidence and therefore not be able to put anything out at all. But being able to sometimes understand that sometimes something like that could possibly help. I'm not saying go on a big spending spree. I'm absolutely not saying that. So a teleprompter for being able to see the chat, being able to look at the imagery while still looking at the screen. Now, the big reason why I bought the teleprompter, right? And it's about the only time I usually would have used a teleprompter is when I was interviewing someone, when I had a guest, when I was on a video call, because my monitors are off to the sides, right? So when I look at my monitor to look at a face, it's really obvious that I am not looking at the camera because my monitors are nowhere near my cameras. Now, if you've got a webcam and you're just sort of like looking down rather than like totally swiveling, you could get away with it for sure. But sometimes having, like, for me to have the layout on the desk that I want for all the other things that I do with a camera in the middle of it, having it so that it all works can be a little tricky. All right, let's have a look here. Leanne says it looks great. Thanks so much. Hey, Justin Brown, it's great to see you. It's good to see you in the chat. John says any teleprompter can help, but the Camera Hub software and Stream Deck integration is so useful. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I had the newer teleprompter, which I still think is a great piece of kit. It just didn't really suit the situation I had here. So I just found that I've actually taken some photos. They're not great, but it's like I laid the two teleprompters next to each other, and the Elgato prompter was a good 18 inches less space that it needed than the other prompter. So yeah, Primal Video says, I love my Elgato prompter. Look, I'm totally blaming Justin. I woke up to a text message with her, hey, did you see this? With the link of it being like completely reduced. And I'm just like, I'm not even awake, right? I'm still like blinking. And I've like got my phone and I'm like, okay, let's focus on that price. Oh, bye. And that was it. Let's have a look here. John says, do you have all of Ecamm in the prompter display or just the specific docs or elements? Right now in the display, I just have, actually, which just reminded me, I want to bring that over. I just have the little view of the main screen and the chat from, what are we calling it? Social Stream Ninja. So yeah, it is definitely helpful. Now the problem for me is I'm blind, and so I do have to keep kind of moving it backwards and forwards because it's just that little bit too far off my prescription. So yeah, so sometimes it's like, you know, I want to read this, but I have to bring it on here. Justin says, I hear they might be releasing a larger version too. Well, tell me that now, Justin. Thanks. I need the larger version so I can read it. No, it's all right. It's totally fine. Michael Sahovsky says a Samsung Galaxy View works for him. So look, and this is the thing. I found this one is fantastic. It's not perfect. None of them are perfect, right? But I found it's been really great for me, and I'm loving it. But and it's so silly, isn't it? Something so simple kind of did boost my confidence a little bit. So what kind of things do you find either knock your confidence or boost your confidence? Now, for me, something that really knocks my confidence is comments, right? I do take them to heart. I try not to, but I do. I'm a human person. Sometimes I do the things I say to not do, right? Like I'm like, oh, don't worry about those negative comments. Just remove them and block them. But meanwhile, my heart has already taken it on board, you know? And so trying to not have that is one of those things. So it is absolutely it does knock my confidence. and I can have amazing people try to lift me up and say amazing things and be super kind. And it doesn't make the big difference. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, because I'm already down. So I found it very hard to get back up again. But one thing for me, and again, so dumb. These live streams, right? These live streams really, really help me. So I totally do them selfishly. I'm not going to lie. You guys who've been here before, you know that. But it's absolutely one of those things. So let me know in the chat, what is something that knocks your confidence or boosts your confidence? Because we're going to really focus on trying to help each other to find something, because there's a lot of things that knock our confidence, but trying to find something that you know of that's not going shopping, that can help you to boost your confidence back up again. For me, preparation. Okay, so something where it's not spending money, it's not buying a piece of kit, it's being prepared, knowing I've got everything ready, all my ducks are lined up. So it is absolutely ready. But sometimes what knocks my confidence is if I'm like, I've tried to prepare everything, but something just hasn't gone the way I want to go. So yeah. All right, so let me jump into the chat. The chat's moving fast. There are so many wrenches today. We've got Leanne is here. It's so good to see you. Justin's here. We've said hey to Justin already, but I've just seen Andrew Can pop in as well. Let's have a look here. Doug says my non-Elgato prompter is primarily for looking down the barrel as a confidence monitor. And that's the thing. Like, I'm tossing up. I'm still moving things around. This is new for me. So I do switch things in and out to see what works better for me. And I am actually finding that because of my vision, having my chat a little bit closer and my face down there, so I'm focusing on that, is easier. It's better for me. So I've actually just switched it back again. And I'm going to keep moving it around because it's new and I need to keep testing to make sure it's good. Let's see here. I must say the comments on screen are so professional looking compared to StreamYard. I absolutely have been loving Social Stream Ninja, and I'm not using it to its depths, and I'm still new to it, but I highly recommend people giving it a go. It's totally free to use, and you can use it with anything that you can use a browser overlay. Okay, so you can't use it on StreamYard unless you are going through OBS and then virtual camming into StreamYard. But you can use it on Ecamm, which is what I'm doing now. You can use it on EVMux. You can use, as long as you've got the Pro plan that gives you the browser overlay. So you need to make sure that you've got access to it. Once you've got that, it can bring in anything. And one of the things that I've really loved about it is you can add in your Facebook chats and anything else that's not that you're having to connect with RTMP. So where in Ecamm or, you know, or social StreamYard or some of those, or all the others where the companies aren't allowing API access, we can still combine the chat for ourselves and bring them on the screen. So Social Stream Ninja is making that possible. John says, I actually project the stream feed to the prompter, but I still use another vertical monitor for chat. But once I can click on the comment, it's big enough to read from the prompter. Yeah, I'm still thinking I would like to try and bring things forward just a little bit, just so I can read things on the screen a little bit. Once I put it on screen, like where it's on screen now, I can totally read that. But when I was looking for, like having the Social Stream dashboard on the screen to click them, they're just that little bit too small. But that's because of my vision, and it could totally be perfect for you. So you got to test it and you got to try it. Andrew Can in the house. What a day for creators, man. Yeah, I've sort of caught a little bit of news, so I don't know exactly what's going on, because on Mondays I tend to get up, make coffee, stay offline, just so I can focus and get ready for you guys. So if you've got any tea to drop the tea. Justin says, okay, here's a live streaming question, something for your thoughts. Where is it? I have a live stream scheduled to go live in Ecamm, to go live on YouTube widescreen. I also want to go live YouTube portrait, but that's already scheduled. I'm thinking to keep the Ecamm for the widescreen version and run StreamYard for the portrait at the same time. What am I missing here? You can totally run them at the same time as long as your computer can handle it, and as long as your as long as your upload speeds can handle it. Because usually to go live both to go live, like, because I tested some StreamYard portrait and horizontal, and I had to have 2 instances opened. You can't choose horizontal and vertical at the same time. So you have to have 2 instances opened. And so you got to make sure that your microphone, your audio, and all your inputs can actually send to both at the same time. So if you're using something like Keynote and you want to send that through each individual stream, you need to double check that your system will allow it at the same time. And also you'll need to have both chat windows open, because YouTube does not combine the 2 chats. So you will need to have both the vertical stream chat open and the widescreen chat open. And you will need to let your moderators know that you're live in both places, because they'll need to have both open as well. So it can totally be done. I think it would be a really interesting test to do, and I think you should do it. But I would be double checking that your system can handle it. John says, good lighting and my Sony ZV-10 makes me look better on stream than I do in real life. Me too. I know those feelings. I'm just like, wow, this looks really good. And then I like get around in the real world and I'm a hobbit. Oh gosh. I'm a human person sometimes. Yes. Let's have a look here. Leanne says, so Leanne's answering the question of what sort of things can clip your confidence. Negative people are the pits anywhere in your life. Negative brings out other negative. Yeah. So yeah, because it's quite good. That's quite good. Promises, I can't see the issue with this, but I haven't tested it. So I haven't tested trying to send Keynote both through StreamYard and Ecamm. I haven't tested that. I have tested 2 instances of StreamYard. I have not tested 2 instances of Ecamm. So, because I don't think we can do 2 instances of Ecamm unless you're running them on separate machines, which you don't want to be doing for this. John says, preparation is huge. Show run document, thinking about the topic for a week beforehand, writing a LinkedIn newsletter article on the subject. John is way more organized than me. I do mine Sunday night when I'm setting up what I want to put into the thumbnail. Because I'm trying to keep it relevant to what happened over the weekend and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Anfield, great to see you. Thanks for jumping in, mate. John says, Social Stream Ninja Chat is free and can work with anything that supports a browser source. Check it out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Livestream Consultant says, I agree, Chantelle. Being prepared is my thing. When I have a topic to talk about, I want to have all of the info I can find on it to be able to answer any questions on that topic as much as possible. Yeah, look, you know what? I'm a seat of the pants person as well. So I've chosen today's topic of creating with confidence, right? Because I know I lack confidence. And I'm hoping that having this conversation with you all will help to build that. And for some people, the confidence comes from the repetition, doing it over and over and over again. So for me, I'm totally confident in this chair with this setup, right? But you put me somewhere else and I shake. I visibly shake. I can't hold a piece of paper. I used to public speak, and I learned really early on to put my notes on the table and slide them rather than pick them up and move them, because otherwise everyone could see me like visibly shaking. So, and it's nothing I could do. Sometimes I felt totally prepared. I felt like everything was great, but I would step onto that stage. Well, actually, it would happen just before I stepped onto stage. And I have learnt from some training that I did that it is just serious adrenaline overload, and that there's ways to actually get rid of that before you go on stage. I haven't been on stage for a long time, so I haven't tested it out. Yeah, John says that you can with using Stream Ninja, Social Stream Ninja, you can add your own CSS. So yeah, you can make it totally on brand. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. Doug's throwing the make it so. Thank you. Does Justin have Australian internet? All good internet? He does. Justin does. He has gone to a lot of effort effort to get some decent internet where he is. So his internet should be fine. But for those of you that don't have Justin's internet and you're in Australia, you really need to do some testing. So yeah. Michael's back. Excellent. Yeah, I see the word newer and I just think they've misspelt newer. Yeah, I'm there as well. See you later, Leanne. Have a good one. Have a good one. My audio is out of sync. Okay, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm sorry. Just close your eyes and listen to the dulcet tones of me blathering on. Yeah, that's right. I've heard that as well. That the papers that the newsreaders have are only if their stuff, only if their technology doesn't work. They quite often have the teleprompter. A lot of them will either have a laptop, a tablet, or an under desk screen that you can't usually see. And if all of those fail, they have paper, because paper is the way. Now, one thing I wanted to do was, I know that some of you here have been on my case about my watch time goal. So I just wanted to share this. Let's see if it worked. There we go. Watch time goal to fan funding. I did make it. I did set it up. See, I told you I would, and I did. It's not super pretty, but I was just trying to match the YouTube gray around everything. So I can add some pretty pictures and stuff, but this gives you the gist, and it's definitely increasing, and I'm very, very happy with it. That is live data. That's absolutely live data. The technology, all I did was create an overlay. Here we go. Let's just show it. Let's just show it. It's a total seat of the pants kind of job, because I wanted live data. And by live data, I'm just talking about what YouTube is showing. They say it's like from the 26th of November, so it's not technically live, right? But anyway, so I have just made, hello, empty gap. Woo! I made a document in I made a graphic over in Adobe Express, leaving a transparent gap here so that I could just grab, oops, where is it? The screen share, and cropped the screen share in to fit into that spot. So I actually have the Earn tab open on another screen so that I could just have that. And I did choose my background box to be the same color as my YouTube, the dark mode, so that it blended hopefully seamlessly. But yeah, I just jerry-rigged it. It's totally jerry-rigged, but it works. And then I put it in a folder so that I can turn them off and on together, and I don't have to mess around. So that is done. I just have to make sure I open the Ecamm, not the Ecamm, the YouTube data. Otherwise, it's not there, and it's just a little empty gap in the middle, which looks weird. But anyway, so that is done as well. All right. So for confidence on YouTube, right? And it's so easy for our confidence to get kicked in the guts, really, and knock you to the ground, and then, boot you in the back and flick dirt in your face as they walk off. Totally can happen. And how you deal with it, how you get back up again. And it's just like real life. You can't just lay there and cry. You need to stand up, dust yourself off, and go on with life. Go on with what you're doing. Go on with your creating. Because one or two people's comments are not indicative of the whole crowd. And Doug's probably sitting there having a bit of a smirk. I have a couple of comments on some shorts that I posted this week that they're not rude, they're not wrong. They're just don't feel great. That's all. I've left them there because there's nothing wrong with them. They're not using language I don't like. They're not, other than who on earth are you for me to believe? But there's nothing wrong with the comments in particular. And so I've left them, right? So I haven't modded them out, because I try not to mod out just differing opinions, because the reality is, it's a great question. Because if you looked at this channel without knowing who I was, without knowing some of the other things that I do outside of this channel, if you looked at this channel as a whole, and was looking at me giving YouTube advice and me giving live streaming advice, That's an actually really fair and really good comment of who on earth are you, right? Because we all have to consider the source of who we're taking advice from. There are so many people out there giving bad advice. They're just getting ChatGPT to write scripts and they're just spilling it out. They're not researching it. They're not double checking it. So I have no issue with somebody wanting to know the answer to that question. In saying that, I don't know how to answer it, so I haven't answered it. But it's not a bad question. So sometimes the comments on our channels hit our hearts, but at the same time, they're not wrong, they're not bad. It's just confronting. So, you know, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Okay, I'm just going to have a look. Yeah, this is John. John, you've said this before, and I think that this is one of those things that I have to actually agree with. It's feel the meh and do it anyway. And I've actually been there's a couple of tasks that I have to get done, like, you know, laundry, floors, bathrooms, you know, some other work things here and there where you just like feel the meh and do it anyway. Absolutely. John says, my emotional support coffee is a contributor to my confidence. Look, I don't know if my coffee is a contributor to my confidence, but it is definitely a contributor to your safety and my well-being. Enfield's asking if XSplit is any good. Do you think of looking? I haven't looked at it. I haven't tried it. There was a reason why, and I can't remember why I didn't try it, but I haven't tried it as yet, so I actually have no opinion on XSplit. If anybody in the chat has tried it and can give Enfield some input, that would be amazing. John says, sometimes knowing when you don't actually need to defend yourself is important too. People are entitled to their opinions. Yes, they are. They really are. In saying that, this is your comment area. So this is my comment area, and I don't have to leave it there if I don't want. If I find, like, I run my Fiberific channel, there was some nice negative comments that were a little bit, you know, hurtful. I removed those. That's their opinion, but I'm still not leaving it there. They don't have a right for me to not remove their opinion if their opinion is in some way insulting or rude. So I'm a true believer of it is your corner of the internet, and if you are finding that whatever that was said is divisive in your group, remove it. It's up to you entirely. But yeah, so basically making sure that, and John's right here, understanding when to defend yourself is also a thing. Because I was like going to jump in and be like, hey, you know, of course it looks bad, but I do all this other stuff. But I was just like, it just sounds like I'm trying to, you know, like if I didn't drop names, which I don't want to do, but if I didn't drop names, it wasn't going to mean anything. And even if I did drop names, there's no way for them to verify. So they'd just be like, huh? Like anyone can drop a name, chick. So I just left it. I was like, well, whatever. I can't deal with that right now. My brain won't let me, so I'm not doing it. So that for me was a confidence hit. Because my confidence, like Andrew Can and I have had some really, really frank conversations. My confidence is quite fragile at the best of times. Let's just go with that. And then, you know, just, I have had to learn how to feel the met and keep going, really, is to use John Lacey's saying. But I've had to dust myself off and keep moving, because otherwise I would just stay not laying on the ground crying, but maybe sitting in a chair crocheting while I ponder and overthink and spiral out of control. So yeah, it definitely understanding, I think understanding what knocks your confidence, understanding to what level it knocks your confidence, and understanding how to turn it around and keep going. These are things that all of us creators need to understand about ourselves. Now, everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to have different things that knock their confidence. There's going to be some people that looks like nothing ever knocks their confidence. And I'm quite often in awe of those people, because my confidence gets knocked so very easily that when I'm watching these people just duck water off a duck's back constantly about things, and I don't know if they're just really great at acting and just continuing on, and then off screen they're a little bit shaken, or if they, I don't know. So let me know in the chat, like, how do you deal with something that knocks your confidence? What's something that gets you back on track? What is something that you do to get back on the horse as such? Like, is it just make another video? Is it just as simple as that? Or is it, or do you have to have a talk to yourself? Do you have to say something to yourself to get yourself through that, to do that? For me, it's these live streams, right? Like, I was shaken by the comments a little bit. I'm like, oh, should I really keep making shorts? They're going out to different people, and, and then in my brain, I've got Andrew Can, like, don't you cancel those shorts. So, it's one of those things where, it's very easy for you to start second guessing your plan when something goes off about it. Let me have a look. John says, sometimes people in my audience will explain things to the newbies when I, a card-carrying introvert, don't have the energy. See, and this is the thing. I'm an introvert, right? I am perfectly confident and okay here online with my phone, messaging, responding, things like that. If I'm in a room full of people, as long as I can discuss either YouTube or yarn crafting, I'm okay. It's nearly like I can step back into a comfort zone, even though I'm surrounded by people, but I still feel a little, I don't know what the word is, nervous probably is the word. When I receive a very positive or negative comment, at least they are clear. Sometimes the passive aggressive ones are the worst. I mean, that is true. That is true. When you're like looking at it and you're like, do they not like it? Or do they, I don't know. Let me see. John says, I had someone say you did that thing in DaVinci Resolve wrong. And I was like, dude, I'm 47 times, as I've said 47 times, I'm a complete noob documenting my learning mistakes in real time. Yeah, some people think that because you've put it on YouTube that you're like, this is the best, this is the only way, you have to do it like this or you are wrong. And that's not the case. Like, so many of us are here testing and trialing things all of the time, and we're totally willing to adjust and change and learn. And there's no one way is the only way. There's so many different ways. John says, I've purchased a few pieces of software over the Black Friday for projects for next year. I'm trying to let myself dream a little. I'm not a particularly optimistic person. It's a bit of a stretch. John, I understand that statement, probably more than you know. I have to be very, very careful that the things that I'm dreaming of doing don't end up becoming actual goals, because then if I don't hit it, and I have to be very cautious with the goals I give myself, because if I don't hit goals I've created, I am quite mean to myself about it. And it can take weeks to get over it. So I have to be really careful that I remind myself that it's a dream and it's just something to play with and something to try. I'm just going to try this thing. It's not a goal. It's not a goal. Oh, hello. Did you, like, seriously, dude, we're live here. Did you have to come in shaken? Like, where's my bed? His bed's flipped up and he's just standing there staring at it. He's left now. Let me else. Yeah, it's unfortunate when so many people get online and say my way is the only way, when that is objectively not true. And this is something that I really tried to hammer home in the yarn crafting space. I am not the crafting police. You know, I'm not the knitting police. I'm not the crochet police, but this is just how I do it. You know, there's no laws about which way to do it. I've actually had my hand hit by somebody because I was crocheting wrong. And it was just according to their opinion, because there's multiple ways to do it. And, you know, it is definitely why it is important to understand multiple ways, which is why I try to do things so many different ways on this channel. So you understand that there is not one way. There is not one path to success to YouTube. There is not one path to failure on YouTube. There's not one path to success as a business owner. Being successful on YouTube does not equal being successful as a business owner. There's just so many different things that you can tailor it. You can make it how you need to make it. You can adjust things. You can adjust upload cadence. You can adjust content types. You know, if you don't like live streaming, don't live stream. Upload VOD, make shorts, make longer shorts. You've got options. You know, this is the thing. There's so many different paths that YouTube have given us to, you know, to share our opinions and our information. And I sometimes get a little bit frustrated, especially with the whole YouTube thing, when someone has shared something that is so not correct, that is, it's actually against YouTube's terms of service, and YouTube don't get rid of it. But then I have to remind myself there's like 6 billion minutes of, there's not 6 billion, but there's like 11 billion minutes of YouTube being uploaded every second. They can't possibly go through each individual one and work out the context of what people are saying. You know, it's very, very hard. Game Widow says, a friend of mine has a motto, dreams don't have deadlines. They don't. You're quite right. They don't. That's why you're our princess of live streaming. Oh dear. Somebody should make a CSI crochet though. That would be fun. That would be fun. Sometimes the people with the loudest voice are overcompensating for their lack of knowledge. I'm just saying, look, my daughter is in another room and she always gets angry at how loud I am. So I'm like, is that comment meant for me? Because I'm quite loud. No, I know what you mean though. I do. And it is hard to get the right information. You need to be following the right people. You need to be learning from not just like YouTube gurus as such, but you need to be making sure that you are checking who the information is coming from, which is why I'm okay with people questioning that from me, because I get it. I do. I get it. I understand from this image of this channel right now, of this whole, like, you know, I have not reached fan funding watch time goal level on this channel. If that's all they're seeing, I totally get it. Yeah, not me. No, that's right. I figured you didn't mean me. And sometimes even the best information or advice may or may not translate to what you're doing. You got to try the stuff and see how you go. And this is something I actually learned from Justin Brown, is you can have every piece of good equipment. You can have the best plan in the world. You can have everything laid out. But until you start testing and trialing and uploading and checking the data and seeing how everything is actually being received by your desired audience, you may need to change all of that. And you need to understand, by testing, by checking, by doing things for yourself on your own channel with your own audience. You can't go, I'm not uploading till I've got all this locked down, and then I'm going to schedule 25 of the videos, and then they're going to be amazing because of all this advice I've taken. They could be, all 25 could be a total flop. They could all be perfect and amazing, but they could also be a flop, like, or you consider them to be a flop because your expectations are not out there. It's just one of these sort of, you have to test And you have to trial on your own channel, right? You've got to do it. There's no shortcuts in YouTube. You have to look at the different things that different people are suggesting, because like some people like you only need to upload 1 video a week. Other people like you need to upload 5 videos a week. You need to test to see what works for you. Maybe 5 videos a week is the sweet spot for you. I don't know. Is it the sweet spot for your audience and the content that you're uploading? I don't know. You need to trial and test it, but you need to, whatever it is that you're going to trial and test, you need to make sure that you are resonating with your audience. Sorry, my brain just fried. You need to make sure that your audience want 5 videos a week, because they may not. They may not care. Are they 5 good videos a week, or are they 5 trash videos a week that could have been 1 good video? You need to be testing and trialing this, and no one can do this for you. No one can go, oh, well, I did 5 videos a week and it was fantastic and everyone should be doing 5 videos a week. Your niche may not support that. Your niche may need you to upload every day. Like if you're a news commentator, you do need to be uploading fairly regularly. There's so much news going on. But are you news specific to a type of content? I don't know. There's so many things. Good night, Anfield. Doug wants to know, anyone know how to view comments on shorts on a phone? The comment icon does nothing for me. Let me just check. It could be an iPhone thing. Let me just go over here to YouTube. I just make sure my phone is muted. We'll go to a comment. Go to the comments button. You're right. I can't view the comments button. Does not work for me either. It might be a glitch. It might be a glitch. So definitely look into it. I sent a message this morning to Phil Starkovich because of Creative Fuel, because I was like, I could have sworn I've set up affiliates for Creative Fuel. Turns out I haven't. He sent me the link to set up, because I do have some Cyber Monday deals for you. If you're interested, I went through and had a big think about it. It's not a long list. I just chose my top 3. If you are a creator and you have a bit of cash to spend left over from the rest of the week, and you need to get your hands on something that I think personally is ideal, and there is one free thing as well. Some of them have free trials, things like that. I'm just like, should I just sign up quickly and get no, I have to wait to be approved. All right, well, I'll have to set it up straight after the stream. So, yeah, Doug, I just tried it on Android and that button doesn't work. I was like being all snarky, wasn't I? Well, there's my comeuppance for being a snarky snark. It's not working on Android. The comment button does nothing. I can't get into the comments. And seriously, that's the best part, right? Who doesn't want to be in the comments? I want to read the comments. So yeah. So basically, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to talk through a couple of things. So the first thing I want to discuss, I don't know if Justin's still here, but the first thing that I want to discuss is the Primal Video Accelerator program does have its intake this coming week. So they only open up every few months. They don't allow people to join in at specific, like whenever they feel like it. You have to come in during an intake. So they have a free live stream happening over on the Primal Video channel on Friday. So Justin does a really great presentation and then does some Q&A. Or is it just a straight up Q&A? Might even be a straight up Q&A on the YouTube channel. And then and that goes for about 45 minutes or so. And then over on, I think it's Monday, my Monday, so your Sunday night. It might be Tuesday. I haven't checked the dates because I'm an idiot and I forgot to check the dates. But then they have a free training workshop, which is 100% free, and it is really good. Like I've been to that training workshop, couldn't even tell you how many times, and I still go every time, and I still jump in, and I still watch the training every single time. And then after that, if you want to join the Primal Video Accelerator program, you can do. But if you want to book into the free Powerhouse workshop, I have a link for you if I can ever find my way back to YouTube. Here it is. So if you want to go and check that out, there is a link. Now that is an affiliate link. And the reason that's an affiliate link is if you do go on after that and sign up, then there's more to it. But you will absolutely get information out of the free webinar. It's not one of those, do you want to know how to do this thing? Do you want to know how to, do all this other stuff? Blah, 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 blah. Well, then sign up. No, that's not how Justin runs his webinars. He gives so much free stuff away, so much free information, so much free help. I've just realized that link's not going to work because it's missing this very important space. Let's try again. Or maybe it will work. I'm just going to put it in again anyway. That's not how he runs his webinars, because he hates those webinars. And also the webinars are 100% live. They are not a pre-recorded webinar. Justin is running the webinar live. So with all the ups and downs of a live webinar. SMA Sky was able to get into the comments area of a short. Okay, cool. That's good. I'm glad that someone can. So yeah, Justin is legit. And I 100% stand behind that. Now, in all fairness, I am a community ambassador in Justin's paid group area. So if you do join, you will see me in there running around, helping out. Well, you won't see me running around. You'll see my name appear with little comments under it. No one gets to see me run around. In all fairness and all openness, but I wasn't always. And how that ended up happening was because I was in that group, and it's such a fantastic group that I stayed. Like, I was just like, I've done all the training, but I'd like to stay. Oh, thank you. I will. And it kind of grew from there. So it is fantastic. And just recently, they've made this announcement, which is so phenomenal, right? Like, if you get the annual plan and you buy your first year of the annual plan, the second year and onwards is heavily reduced, which is just insane. It's just crazy how much it's reduced. I'm just seeing, I'm like, I was chatting with Ellie the other day, and I got the figures, and I don't have them in front of me, but it's like half price, because quite often people come in, they go through the content, they learn the things that they want to learn, they want to see all this sort of stuff, right? They go through that side of it. But then in this particular group, the community is also gold. So some people just stay for the community. So this is a way to make it more affordable for people to actually hang around and stay, to keep asking questions in the community. And any updated stuff, you get to see that as well. Any updated videos or education, and you still get to jump into the monthly calls and the impact sessions where Justin brings in someone, or they have a discussion about a particular thing in a live call. Like, all these things are fantastic, right? And you get to still keep doing that even on the subsequent years where you're not paying anywhere near as much. So anyway, I could keep waxing lyrical about the Primal Video Accelerator program. You guys get the point. I totally endorse it. I think it's a fantastic way to learn. And it is also amazing, not just from absolute beginners who are like, how do I set up a webcam, but also people setting up affiliates and education portals. And like, it's the whole spectrum from total beginner channels to multi-million subscriber channels or hundreds of thousands of subscriber channels, all the way through, and how to set it up as the business side of it behind it. So there's so much information. There really is. There's so much information. So I thought I would share that with you. So that is one thing. That is technically, I'm classing that as the free one, because it's the free live stream on Friday, the free workshop next week. So that is the free one, right? Then we have Tube Spanner. Now, Tube Spanner is one that I just am surprised at how much I love it. Right. And there's a free plan. There's different levels of plans that you can go and check out. And it's another one with a myriad of tools. And one of the things that I particularly love about TubeSpanner is the social bio pages, right? So if we go to, let me just grab that link. Alrighty. If we go to a social bio page of me, right? Of Fiberific. No, of Chantelle Hills. I went with Chantelle Hills. I was able to build that out exactly how I wanted it. And you can have up to 5 different ones on each of your TubeSpanner accounts. So I actually have a Chantelle Hills one and a Fiberific one. And I've technically linked them together because I have my yarn crafting adventures at the bottom of this one, but it's got subscribing to my YouTube channel, visiting my website, following me on Twitter, find me on Blue Sky, say hi on Threads, all, you know, all the socials, all the different things, the tools that I recommend, all that sort of stuff. And it was so easy to set up, and you can add a video at the top. You can customize it basically however you want it, right? And that is just like, it's nearly like the throwaway thing, right? And it's my favorite part. I also love the Notes app, which is something that Doug uses every single week. Sorry, Doug, throwing you under the bus on that one. Doug uses it every single week over on YouTube when he's grabbing the timestamps for Nick's streams. It is so fantastic for you can be watching a video, and it doesn't have to be your video. It can be any video. If you've got you have the TubeSpanner extension open, and you can hit Notes app, and you can open up the notes, and when you go into type, it'll grab the timestamp automatically, and you can write a note like, oh, don't forget this bit was awesome. You know, and you can do it either for like what Doug's using it for, which is to grab timestamps to export them out and share them into YouTube, or you can use it as an education tool to be taking notes and writing notes for yourself, like while you're watching a video. And these are just some of the like peripheral things. Like, yep, sure, you can also be grabbing any milestone goals, things like that. But it has a script writing tool. It has a thumbnail making tool. There's so many different things behind it. Let me just log in, and then I'll open up the window, and you can just have a look. Oh, there we go. I haven't logged in outside of the extension for a little bit, so it's just taken a little second. Just making sure that there's nothing around. Okay. I'm just removing one thing that I was working for a client on. There we go. Alrighty, so let me can I screen share? Is it going to let me screen share? Screen share. The wrong screen. Good job, you. All right, let me bring that over here so I can grab the right screen. Luckily, there's nothing on that screen that... What's going on? Let's stop the screen share. Let's try again. Alrighty, screen share. Grab the correct screen. Nope, it's not letting me do it. I need to do it. Where's Fiberific? Fiberific's got one set up for this. There we go. Alrighty, screen share. I'll just go like that. Okay, so this is logged in to TubeSpanner in the cog menu. Thank you, Doug. My brain just wasn't letting me do what I needed it to do. So you can go through and you can plan out your content. channel objectives. You can go in and look at different things. I'm like, you know, that's a 0 for me. I don't want to become a famous creator, but I do want to learn and I want to promote a business and I definitely want to have fun. So setting these things up so you can consider your goals. So that's one thing. Then jumping in here with content ideas and planning out, refining results, suggest video ideas. So let's see what it's going to suggest. I've just clicked the button, suggest video ideas. And I'm just like, which channel is this one connected to? I have a few different accounts. So, you know, like different, you can, and then you can adjust these for your, oh, thanks, Doug. You can adjust these to suit your particular niche, what it is that you're looking at. Then you can jump over here to produce and you can create a title. And so you can, you know, what kind of video do you want to make? Do you want to make you know, an explainer video? What's the video about? Confidence on YouTube. Target audience. Do we have a target audience? Niche is generic. Maybe education. Do we have education? There we go. We'll have education. I don't have a target audience. It's because I haven't created my target audiences yet. But let's generate some titles. All right. So we've just jumped in. Really simple. Now someone did ask if this was like vidIQ or TubeBuddy. They're different. Okay. So they are different. Just like TubeBuddy and vidIQ are different from each other, this is different again. This does not give you like scores for whether or not to make a video, which I will say are all incorrect. Like I've had videos where it's told me don't bother making that video, and then that has been the most performing video on my channel. So I don't agree with the scores that they give you. I do my research on keywords everywhere. I don't use their tools. But then we can create a script, we can create a thumbnail, we can jump in and create a description. All of this is through these windows, right? So you can go in and check all of these things out for yourself, and you can grab yourself a free account and see if it's something that you will use and it will work for you. You can totally do that. I personally have the, which account do I have? I don't even know. Pro. I think if I click upgrade, there's new levels now. There's a max account. So this is the equivalent of the max account. So you can go in and there's a thumbnail editor. So there's thumbnail templates. So you can go in and have a look at the different thumbnail templates. Sorry, my Australian internet is a bit slow. But so you've got somewhere to start. You don't have to start on a black screen, on a white screen. You've got something to start with. They're really helpful. Then in here in the extras, you've got your promo pages, your alerts, and then there's actually membership perks, which is something I always am surprised about with these sorts of companies having these additional perks. But there's a lifetime offer for Tube Ritual, which I keep being tempted, but I don't do it, and I really should just do it. Tuber Tools. I am a massive fan of Tuber Tools. I actually have an affiliate for Tuber Tools. So if you want Tuber Tools, let me know. Or you can grab this for $13.60 a month. That is so good. And then TubeBuddy as well. So they've got a TubeBuddy connection here. So they're not the same as TubeBuddy. Like they don't have the mass, like the mass edit, you know, like if you need to go through and edit something out of all of your channel descriptions, right? TubeBuddy is the place to go for that. Absolutely. You can't do thumbnail testing. TubeBuddy Legend, way to go. You know, so they all have their own different advantages. But here you've also got your social content planner, which is something that I find really interesting to use. I don't like letting other softwares schedule and upload my content. I haven't quite let go enough yet. I'm still just that little bit of a control freak. But you can go in and create content plannings. You can add social posts. You can actually connect your accounts and it will upload it for you. So, you know, it's just one of these amazing things. There's so many tools and it's up to you how much you use, how much you don't use, things like that. So, yeah, obviously I don't use it. I did connect an account to make sure I could. And then it's been so long. I actually think it was Twitter when I connected it. It's X now. So yeah, you can go in and you can make all these changes. So you can go and check this one out for yourself. I personally just love the bio pages. All right. Like that is the social bio page. That is probably the most used thing for me, which seems ridiculous, but I've set one up for each of my channels, and being able to just go in and adjust and adapt. If you look at Nick Nimmon's bio page, his is also a tube spanner bio page. So there's the tube spanner suggestion. And again, I know. Does everybody, that was the one bit of news I actually saw this morning, and I read the email because I got it because I'm a TubeBuddy affiliate as well. Does everybody know what we're talking about when we're saying rip TubeBuddy affiliates? Like, what have I done here? I am in the wrong thing. There we go. Let's try. There we go. Whoops, that was weird. All right. Different companies change things. Like we all remember the Canva debacle where they just threw away most of their affiliates, all their smaller channel affiliates. They just threw them in the bin. TubeBuddy today has announced a 10% drop of its affiliate. So it used to have a 25% affiliate. It is now down to 15% as of midnight. So, whereas you've got companies like Tube Spanner that I think it's 30% affiliate, you need to look at the companies you're suggesting, because for how they treat their subscribers and how they treat their the people that work with them or for them. And that was something that kind of was like, what? I do not like. And then the other one that I'm suggesting, so I do just have the 3. So Primal Video, Accelerate. Well, there's 4 including Primal Video. All right, let's be honest. Let me just bring back my screen here. Come on, there we go. I need the sidebar. Then we also have Opus Clips, which if you're not using Opus Clips, let me know in the chat. Are you using Opus Clips? Whether it's a free, whether it's a paid, let me know in the chat if you're using Opus Clips, because it's one of those things where you should at least give it a try. If you're making any kind of content that's longer than a short, at least give it a try, because you could be making a really simple short out of even a 5-minute VOD. So, you don't have to be making hour-long live streams to get use out of Opus Clips. And it's another one where you can really change the look to make it so you're happy with it. It can match your branding. So it's another one. I don't know if it can 100% match. I think you're limited to fonts. So yeah, you need to jump in and check that. And then Creative Fuel. Now, I am going to put the link in. Oops, Command Z, stop that. I'm going to put the link in for Creative Fuel. If you really, really do want Creative Fuel and you would like for me to get a commission, if you could wait, but also don't wait. Just go and get it. It's an amazing one. Now, this has been created by Phil Starkovich, and he was the original guy behind TubeBuddy, so he is clever. He has got his finger on the pulse for creators. He knows what we need. He knows what's useful. He knows what's helpful. And it is a really, really useful piece of software. And I've had the absolute pleasure and honor to be able to be the I know nothing about AI guinea pig. And my first foray into utilizing any AI of any description was beta testing for Creative Fuel. It was amusing. Well, no, I was probably frustrating for Phil rather than amusing, because I had no idea what I was doing, because I had never used AI before. I didn't know what was going on. And so Creative Fuel actually has changed a lot now. And so somebody who is not good at writing AI prompts, this person right here, can actually use it now with so much ease. There's just drop down boxes and you're just like, do you want this? Do you want this? It's easy. So I highly recommend you go and check that out as well. Look, Doug, I 100% agree. Phil is a total champion for creators. Absolutely. And what's kind of weird, right? Well, is it weird? I don't know. This is a guy who didn't have his own channel. So it's not like he was a creator himself and went, oh yeah, I need these tools. No, he has friends who are creators who needed tools. He's a code nerd. And so passionate about making sure stuff works. So they're my tips. If you've got any cash left after the Black Friday weekend and you want to dig in for some great tools for Cyber Monday, they are my suggestions. I just find them to be super amazing, and I use them all. The ones that I use the most, the softwares that I use the most are Ecamm, which if you want an Ecamm link, there is already one in the description. I use Ecamm, I use Adobe Express, and I use Premiere Pro for editing when I do edit, which live streams I don't do that much of, and Opus Clips. They're my 3 most heavily used softwares. Then I jump in Tube Spanner. Tube Spanner for me is working in the background all the time because of the bio pages. I don't have to consciously log in and check stuff in there. It's just working, right? Which I don't know about anybody else, just working, or when it's just doing its job, right? Like it's I'm happy with that. And then when I want to dig in, I actually have the Creative Fuel extension. Sorry, I'm like clicking and dragging, and extension is written there. Extension. And so it makes it super easy for being able to tweak up and change up your titling and things like that. Now, sometimes like all you have to do is look at my titles to realize that I don't press the button. So we can't blame my titles on Creative Fuel. They've come from my own brain and they are not always awesome. So having a piece of software that can help with that is also super cool. Anyway, for me, like, and this all comes back to confidence, right? I know it's like, oh, she's just plugged all these softwares. Having tools behind me that I know just work, that I don't have to battle with, that help me just get my work done, helps me to feel like I've got like a stable ground to stand on, right? And so it is, for me, I need the stability of the stable ground to stand on, tools that just work, because if I'm battling the tools as well, I get frazzled. Like you've watched, or you may have watched, if you haven't, you can go back and find one, when I was testing out EV Mux. You know, when I'm testing out things I haven't used before, I get frazzled. But when I'm comfortable in something, when I feel like I'm on my stable ground, then I have more confidence because I am prepared. I understand the things, and they may not be perfect. They may be glitchy. They may do some stuff, but I know what they're going to do. And I'm like, oh yeah, that happens. Don't worry about that. That's cool. You know, and Social Stream Ninja, and that's totally free. You can go and check it out. The thing I particularly love about Social Stream Ninja is the guy who wrote it, whose name I don't know, John will know, or Doug will know. It's always being updated. There's a really active Discord. If there is a feature that you want and he can add it in, he adds it in, and it's totally free. And that's how we're getting our chat commands. That's how the little GIFs are coming up. The icons are floating across the screen. Yeah, the emoji wall. Good job, SMA Sky. You know, all of this is coming, and when the comments are come on, thank you. These comments, also these beautiful professional looking comments. And if you are on a monetized channel and you do have channel memberships messages and stuff pop up, everything comes up beautifully and different. So it is obvious that was a membership message. This was a super chat, you know, and it's very clear and it shows everything, and it adds in the Google specific, you know, those emojis on the top shelf, the YouTube emojis. They add in perfectly as well. Whereas some of the other softwares, the YouTube API is not sharing stuff how they would like it to. So you actually just get what the emoji is called rather than the actual like emoji. Yeah, like so SMA Skies is throwing up the little blue things. So yeah. Oh, there we go. I just realized that section where I was moving the screen around, I had actually disconnected it and it was published. I wasn't sure if that was sharing. I'm gonna have some coffee. Anyway, so for me, and I know I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again. For me, the center ground for confidence is a stable place for me to start, right? So it is the stability of good software, good hardware, and knowing that if anything goes, like when something goes wrong, because let's face it, it's live streaming, something's going to go wrong, it always does. I might not have set up my screen share properly, you know, and then have to jerry rig around it because my brain fried and I couldn't click the cog and change the screen. Anyway, stuff happens. So it is definitely a strange thing. SMA Sky's asking, I wonder if they add new YouTube only emojis, if Social Stream Ninja would be updated automatically to show them, or if they'll have to update them. No, so Social Stream Ninja actually just works by grabbing the comment from the public chat. So whatever shows on the screen, they can show. So it's not quite like that. John says, practicing and perfecting your streaming software and processes can help with confidence. I have a go live checklist for all of my moving parts. I absolutely have I have a checklist. If you want my checklist, I have you can jump over to my website and join my email list and you'll get the checklist. And it can absolutely help. Now, sometimes I forget things off my checklist or think that I've done it, or, you know, because the checklist, yeah, it's like, la, 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 la. Oh yeah, did that. Then realize, no, maybe I didn't do that. Maybe I didn't do that extra speed test this morning and double check it just before I went live because I did one an hour and a half ago, you know, and now it's toast because something has happened because I don't get to control the internet. Oh, John, you were asking about Justin's internet, and Justin is in commercial premises, so he was able to get the good internet into the commercial premises. So yeah. That is, he's not running it from his house. Let's have a look. Yeah. All right. So, do we have any other questions for me? Just out of curiosity. Yes? No? Yeah, I would definitely, like, if you want to learn how the Social Stream Ninja is working and getting it data, I recommend jumping into their Reddit and having a look from that side of it, because they are really transparent. So definitely would recommend looking at that. Make it so. Yeah, absolutely. Well, on that note, everybody, if nobody else has any questions for me, I might actually call it a day a little bit earlier than what we've been going some weeks than others. But definitely be considering what it is that shakes your confidence, and have a game plan already in place to shake yourself out of it. To build that confidence, to get yourself steady again so you can keep going. So have that game plan already in place, have it floating in the back of your mind. Know one thing that you can do. It might be going for a walk. It might be standing in the grass, taking a deep breath and just going, okay, and just, yeah, shake it off, as Doug says here. Just shake it off. Just get moving and get it going again. So everyone's method is going to be different. We might have an overlap. There might be things that we all do. There might be things that only will work for you. Work out what it is and go from there. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I will catch you around the traps of the internet. I'll be in the live stream, like in Justin's live stream on Friday, moderating. So pop in, say hi, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye now.